Mavericks begin a 4-game homestand tonight as they take on Michael Porter Jr. and the Brooklyn Nets. We'll get you ready for tonight's game coming up next on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs pregame show here live in our DLLS Sports Studios. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Curler. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, coming your favorite team, especially when they come home for 4 straight games in 6 days as the Mavericks take on the Brooklyn Nets tonight inside the AAC. We'll get you ready for tonight's game over the course of the next half hour. Really appreciate you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Haraj Jr. will be joining us live from the AAC here in about 10 to 12 minutes on this marvelous Monday evening after a fantastic wild card weekend in the NFL. We got one more game tonight. What's going on?
Hello.
You born a Ron?
I'm doing this show.
Ron?
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing this show without water. Sorry, I was struck with horror whenever I realized I forgot to do my prize picks pick of the night. So
Oh,
I'm gonna try
no.
and do some multitasking here. My brain is barely able to handle one thought at a time, let alone 5. But no water next to me. I'm hoping that my throat doesn't get a little scratchy.
Yeah.
I'm on my own. I feel like I'm in the deep end. There's no turning back, Kevin.
I can get you water, Bobby.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So I'm
No,
gonna
if you need to.
No,
Just-
what I want to do
no,
is
just
bring
let me know.
attention to the struggle that I'm facing so that whenever I overcome it, it only adds to my own heroism. Not to be confused with LeBron James.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
I am Bobby Corella. Thank you very much.
His agent got a lot to say these days with respect to Anthony Davis, and
He does.
he's got a lot to say. We may get into some of that tomorrow. Let's get you ready for tonight's game, though. The Mavericks back home after a 3-game road trip take on Brooklyn inside the AAC. Tonight's game will tip off at 7:30 p.m. You can watch the game locally on KFAA Channel 29 or on NBA TV if you are out of market, with your Mavericks taking on the Nets. Mavericks 14-25 on the season, 10-10 in 20 games at the AAC. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets 11-25 on the year, 6-10 away from Barclays so far this season. Mavericks 3.5-point favorite tonight with the over-under at 219.5. Your Mavericks come into tonight's game 12th in the Western Conference, a full 3 games behind the Memphis Grizzlies for the 10th seed and final play-in spot in the Western Conference. Of course, the Mavericks coming out their second straight loss in what was a blowout loss on Saturday night in Chicago, 125-107 to the Bulls, where the Mavericks have lost 8 of their last 11 coming into tonight's game so far this year, 7-12 against teams below 500 and 6-8 against teams in the Eastern Conference. The Mavericks are getting a 4-game homestand tonight, which will continue on the first night of a back-to-back on Wednesday when they welcome in the Nikola Jokic-less Denver Nuggets before they take on the Utah Jazz on Thursday. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets 13th in the Eastern Conference, a full 6 games behind the Bulls for the 10th seed and final play-in spot in the Eastern Conference. They're coming off a loss last night. They're on the second night of a back-to-back. They lost a close one last night in Memphis, 103-98. Overall, the Nets have lost 6 of their last 7 games after what was a 3-game winning streak for them. So far, they're 3-9 against the West this year and 6-8 against teams below 500. The Nets, of course, as I mentioned, on the second night of a back-to-back, taking on the Mavericks tonight as they continue their 3-game road trip, which will conclude on Wednesday when they visit Zion Williamson and the Pelicans in the Big Easy in New Orleans. That gets us to the scouting report on what our guy Bobby Krill is looking for tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest, man.
Roll Blackman!
I'm going to be honest. I don't want to spill the beans on what's coming after the scouting report portion of our pregame
Oh, it's
show.
okay. It's fine.
But both these teams really want to lose really bad.
The tank is
right.
on.
I saw a quote from Jason Kidd before the game saying that you're going to see Ryan Nembhard. Well, we always do.
That's right.
You're also going to see Moussa Cisse. We do pretty often. And you're going to see Miles Kelly again tonight.
That's right.
And I don't want to spill the beans on the injury report, but a lot of guys you've heard of aren't playing in this game.
That's right.
And that goes for the Nets as well. This is a huge week for the Mavs.
It is.
This is a massive week for the Mavs because after they play the Nets, they play the Nuggets, who are very good, but the Mavs just beat the Nuggets every time they play for some reason.
Right.
And then after that, they play the Jazz twice. Okay. I'm not scouting this game. I'm scouting this homestand.
Okay. I like it.
Now, I have been made aware of some digitally altered footage of me before this recent run of games saying that they would win 4 of the 5 games. I just want to get out ahead of that and say that that's fake. That is not real footage. AI has been just completely running amok. We got to get some control under that. What I actually said was that they were going to lose 4 out of 5.
I was trying to help you out that day, but you wasn't trying to hear. You was trying to.
No, I think you're misremembering what happened.
Okay, got it.
It's the unfortunate reality is that they have to lose. They have to lose, and the Nets are close to the Mavs in the standings. So are the Jazz. You get 3 games against those guys, you got to lose these games. Like you have to lose them. But here's where the scouting comes in. It's going to be hard to lose those games.
It is going to be very hard to lose these games.
1, because the Jazz have a vested interest in losing, and 2, the Nets do as well. Also, 3, the Mavs just own Denver, like I said. But 4, with no Gafford and no Anthony Davis, and who knows when Gaff comes back, if he ever does, means give me some minutes for Dwight Powell. Now, when Dwight Powell is off the floor this season.
Oh, my gosh. We have on-off numbers for Dwight Powell?
All right. Just walk with me here.
Okay.
When Dwight Powell's off the floor in 1,600 minutes, the Mavs are minus 5.6 per 100.
Oh, my gosh.
That's pretty bad.
That is
all right.
Not great.
But in the 294 minutes, Dwight Powell's been on the floor.
294?
It's about to double. But the Mavs are plus 3.3.
Oh, my gosh.
The Mavs are a playoff team with Dwight Powell on the floor.
Jeez.
All right? So before all of you naysayers, before all of you tankers say...
Let a naysayer know.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to let all y'all know.
Somebody got that joke.
Dwight Powell... I did.
Okay.
Dwight Powell is about to... He's the opposite of a tank commander. All right? Dwight Powell's like the Air Force. He's going to get the Mavs flying high, baby.
Oh, my gosh. Is this going to be a Dwight Powell legacy week? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know who is or isn't on the Nets injury list at this point. There's a lot of names.
I'm going to let you know.
Dwight Powell might be the best big on the floor tonight at points in this game.
Nick Claxton erasure is crazy.
Well, Nick Claxton can't play all 48, can he?
Can Dwight Powell?
Probably.
He does have a fantastic he's got great conditioning.
An excellent physique.
He does.
He's a statue of a man.
Bobby pretty much just laid out what the lead story of tonight is.
I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I love it. We're on the exact same page because the tank is on for the Mavericks, for the Jazz, and for the Mavericks opponent tonight in the Brooklyn Nets. So check this out. The Mavericks begin a stretch tonight where they play 4 games in 6 days. Shout out to Rolando Blackman bobblehead night at the American Airlines Center. First 5,000 fans get a Rolando Blackman bobblehead to celebrate not only his fantastic career, but the fantastic work that he did earlier this year helping the Mavericks, or I guess last year now. Helping the Mavericks get the #1 overall pick. But the Mavericks begin a stretch where they play 4 games in 6 days, including 2 against the Jazz, we mentioned. That'll come later on this week. And the Mavericks strength of schedule is the 3rd most difficult strength of schedule remaining for the rest of the regular season. You want to take a crack at the other 2 teams there's only 2 other teams whose schedule is harder than the Mavericks.
I was just about to put on screen, but wait.
I'm guessing Thunder and Spurs.
Thunder is one of them. They have the #1 strength schedule.
Spurs.
The Nuggets.
Okay.
So it's the Thunder and the Nuggets are the only 2 teams with a tougher strength of schedule for the remainder of
Mavs,
the year.
the table's set, baby. The table is set. What are you going to do about it?
We're going to find out starting tonight as the Mavericks, of course, 7th right now coming into tonight in terms of the lottery odds. And yes, boys and girls, there are 43 games left, 42 after tonight. And their opponent, 6th in the lottery odds right now. And then their opponent a couple days from now, the Jazz, are 5th in the lottery. Actually, excuse me, Jazz are 6th. Nets tonight, they're 5th in the lottery odds. So the question being, gentlemen, Cooper Flagg, who's on his way to the NBA's Rookie of the Year, most likely, how do you think this will affect him as he navigates his first NBA season and what may be quite a bit of losing over the next 3 months? We already heard him say earlier this year, this is the most losing he's ever done as a basketball player. Well, Cooper, you might be in line for a little more losing. How do you think this could potentially affect his psyche going forward here?
Hopefully not at all. Was he on the injury report at all?
No, he was not.
Okay, because the other night, man, that was a tough watch.
It was a little.
I mean, he was like, passes were going through his hands out of bounds. I mean, he had 5 turnovers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had 1 rebound and 0 assists, or maybe 1 and 1. Like, he was just not. That was not Cooper Flagg. That was someone else masquerading as Cooper Flagg. So hopefully, dude, it was Aaron Harrison, wasn't it? Zombie Frog. Was it Aaron Harrison or Andrew Harrison, whichever one was on the Mavs, that played all 48 in a game one time? But anyway, the defining trait of Coop's defining trait at this stage of his career is that he's just a freak all over the floor at both ends. Like, he's gonna chase you down, block a shot. He's gonna beat you down at the other end and throw it down, dunk, and it's gonna spam emotes or hang on the rim and grab his hang down, whatever. Like, he's like he plays with flair, he plays with energy, and he plays with an attitude and an edge. And that was missing the other night, and it's a lot easier to do that whenever you're winning than whenever you're expecting to lose by 20.
Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't lose that fire, but I mean, it's not going to be a fun few months for him.
No, we don't think it will, because this team, the benefit for them in losing games is hopefully getting into the top 5 of the lottery. We know this is a very rich draft class coming in 2026. How much further the Mavericks climb up those standings or down, depending on how you look at it. We'll find out here over the next 3 months. They're taking on the Nets team, though. It's going to be led by Michael Porter Jr., who's playing at an all-star level this year. There's been a lot of trade smoke around Michael Porter Jr., who's adding what is nearly 26 points per game so far this year and giving you over 7 boards per contest in 29 games. Defensively, going to be led by Nick Claxton, who's giving you 13 points and nearly 7.8 rebounds per contest in 34 games this year. Mavericks going to be led, of course, by the rookie sensation Cooper Flagg. You can see his numbers up on the screen there, averaging 18.9 points per game so far this year and 6.4 rebounds per contest. Had a chance to watch him during warm-ups a little bit. Shooting the 3 ball with a lot more rotation on his shot now. If you watched him earlier this year, had a tendency to shoot, knuckleballs when it came to this three-pointer. 3-point shot looking a lot better, getting a lot more rotation on that thing. So looking to see how that continues to improve.
Get some rotation on that thing.
Yeah, that's right. And the statistical profile of the Nets reads something of one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, they're 6th worst in offensive rating, 22nd in defensive rating, although they were playing much better defensively in the month of December. Give them credit for that. But they've got the 6th worst overall net rating in the association. Last in points per game, 2nd worst field goal percentage as well, and 22nd in 3-point percentage so far in 36 games this year. You can see the numbers for the Mavericks, not much better, especially when it comes to offensive rating, as they're 3rd worst, I should say, in the NBA in terms of offensive rating so far this year, and 24th in net rating overall.
Still top 10 in defense, though. That thing is hanging on.
They are hanging on with the top 10 defense.
Respect.
They are doing that. Overall, that gets them a 24th net rating in the NBA, and they unfortunately are the Mavericks dead last in the NBA in 3-point percentage so far this year. Second of 3 regular season meetings between these two teams. These two teams got together exactly 1 month ago today, when the Mavericks were able to use a second-half comeback led by Anthony Davis, where he scored 20 of his 24 points in the second half to lead that comeback for the Mavericks in what was a 119-111 win. Michael Porter Jr. had 34 points in the losing effort.
Completely lost his mind a little bit there in the last couple minutes of that game.
Who did?
MPJ.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong, what happened, what got into him.
Like 3 or 4 bad decisions in a row.
It was boom. Kind of crazy for MPJ. Coming up here in just a moment, we'll be welcoming in our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr., live from the AAC. We'll let you know who's in, who's out, and some things that we're watching for in tonight's game. Not necessarily X Factors, but things we want to watch and see what happens tonight. We'll do all that and more coming up next. But it's time for Prize Picks.
That's right. It's time for Prize Picks. I was waiting for you to hand off the baton.
My bad to toss it to you. My bad.
Yeah, there's no interstish.
Yeah, exactly. What?
Michael Porter Jr., more than 19.5 points. He did have kind of a bit of an off game his last game, so I think he'll bounce back to a degree. But I don't believe that he's going to score 30 tonight. That's a bold prediction. I just don't think it's going to happen. Tim Cato, more than 3.5 rebounds.
Hey.
And then Cooper Flagg, I am banking on a bounce back game from the Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to have more than 17.5 points and more than 5.5 rebounds. You can do stacks on Prize Picks. His line the other night was not good. It was not up to snuff for him. I think he's going to bounce back in a big way against these Brooklyn bums. Just kidding. They're a good team. They are all professionals. If my $5 play hits, my $5 lineup would net me $11 in cold hard cash. If you want to play along, download Prize Picks, use promo code DLLS, and make it your first $5 lineup, and you will be gifted $50 to use on lineups anytime you like on Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Let's go out live to the American Airlines Center. Welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. He knows sports. He's on X at Ron Knows Sports. Fresh cut and all. Ron, what's going on?
Doing good. I heard Bobby said throwing something in a circle, I think it was. Or I was like, wow. I guess I missed. When I first joined, Bobby said throwing something in rotation, a circle. I said, oh.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Are you watching the right stream?
Yeah, I guess the thing. So Bobby doesn't even remember what he. Okay.
We'll rewind it later and figure out what the hell you're talking about.
You can never hold me accountable if I make a mistake because I'm just going to say I don't remember what you're talking about.
Or blame AI. He's going to go one of those two.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Let's let you know who's in and who's out. We'll start with the visiting Brooklyn Nets tonight.
I forgot to make the graphics. I apologize. Please don't fire me.
I mean, I don't have the power to do that. He does.
Well,
we'll start with the Brooklyn Nets. Cam Thomas, he's out tonight. He's got left hamstring injury management. Igor Denman, he's out tonight. Left foot injury management. And Zaire Williams, he's out due to illness. The Mavericks injury report is rather lengthy going into tonight. Anthony Davis, of course, out indefinitely with the ligament damage in his left hand. PJ Washington, he remains out. Now, Jason Kidd did say prior to tonight's game that he's doing on-court work, and he hopes to have PJ Washington back in a week. Hopefully. We'll see. Brandon Williams, he's out tonight due to illness. Daniel Gafford popped up on the injury report today with his right ankle sprain. He's out tonight as well. That means Moussa Cisse, come on down. You're going to see some minutes tonight. And Miles Kelly, he's also available tonight. Hopefully he'll jack up about 10 threes and see how that goes for him. But Ron, the lengthy injury report for the night for the Mavericks as they take on Brooklyn.
Yeah, and Jason Kidd said on kind of like when the Mavs would have some type of Anthony Davis update, he said, I think that sometime this week he'll talk to doctors, but there's no schedule or timetable. He added, we've been through this before talking about other injuries. I asked Jordy Fernandez, the Brooklyn Nets coach, kind of on the difference, like with Anthony Davis in the lineup versus without. He said there's something that you have to prepare if he plays or doesn't play. Just kind of talk about he's one of the best centers in the league. And kind of talk about like it's a big difference when he's out of the lineup, while the Mavs, Jordy Fernandez said, are still a good defense. Even without Davis, he's just a really good player.
We are in store for a good old-fashioned tank-off tonight, and we'll so over the next several days here with the Nets tonight and then the Jazz in a baseball series later on this week. What are you expecting to see tonight? What do you want to see tonight as these two teams get together?
Yeah, I mean, I think just every game kind of for the rest of the season, I just want to see Cooper Flag just keep improving, keep showing flashes. I don't really care about, I've said it multiple times on this pod, I don't care about rookie efficiency numbers. Like, I just want to see you try things that I know will, or at least think, I don't know, but will translate, in the future to future success. So, like, is he still, is he improving the left hand still? Is that becoming just a real strength of his? Right hand, how is he getting to his pull-up? The three-point shot, how is that improving? Just seeing all those little areas that Cooper Flag has been working on all season. How are they improving? I always see him kind of practicing that one-legged fadeaway. Like, when does he really start to pull that out consistently? Is that this season? Is that next season? Kind of when will we start seeing the flashes? And then again, just Max Christie, can you continue to shoot the three ball well? He's a player that Mavs fans have just been, so excited about this year because of his his three-point shooting leap. Can that just keep continuing through the All-Star break?
Yeah, and on a serious note, obviously +1 to watching Coop and Max. and Ryan Nimhard as well. But on a serious note, I know that I tell a lot of silly jokes on the show. But there was a time in that middle to late 2010s decade when the Mavs they stunk. They won 33, then 24, then 33 games. And, they only had Luka for one of those seasons. And so for the other ones, they were just bad with no young star. But during that time, I was watching guys like Seth Curry try and form a career for himself, and he did. And Dorian Finney-Smith and Maxi Kleber try and make names for themselves and keep their place in the league, and they did. And they've made, a lot of money throughout their career. Dwight Powell, same thing, and then appreciated what some of the vets, guys like J.J. Bray and Devin Harris were able to do, at the end of their career. But, for the Mavs, I don't know if Moussa Cisse or Miles Kelly will be on this team when their games expire or next season or the year after, or if they'll even be in the NBA anymore. But for them, they're trying to earn their career. And so that is that's fun, man. It's just fun to watch those guys try and do something. Miles Kelly has not gotten on the court much this season, but the other night, we were laughing about it, but dude, he was getting them up.
He was getting them up, man. He's getting them 3-point shots.
I got something to prove.
Yeah.
And so
Respect.
that is, even if it'll lead to some wonky looking stat lines, it's still, fun to watch guys try and, realize their dream.
Yeah, to that point, one of the guys I'll be looking forward to watch over the next, however many games he got left, 17, 18 games left. And I joke, but I think he plays this way. Moussa Cisse, his first team can't go back all-star. He plays like a dude whose hair is on fire. Every time he steps on the floor, had 10 rebounds in the game against the Chicago Bulls. He is definitely first team. Oh, my gosh.
I'm searching to see if that's true. That is true.
That's a jump scare.
Dude,
wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the helmet. It is full tank on. Get the helmet. Shout out to Luke Byrne in the chat. Who just got to stop mid-sentence.
I'm just saying it.
The starting lineup tonight is Jaden Hardy, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, Najee Marshall, and Dwight Powell.
It's time.
It is.
It's time to tank, sir.
Gosh.
Reporting for duty.
This Jaden Hardy's first start this year?
The tank cat's back?
It's back.
Oh, it's back.
Dude, Jaden Hardy's starting. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
It's a Hardy party from the
That's
starting.
point guard, by the way.
Did you say Hardy party from the starting? That shit was pretty good. I like that one.
Thank you.
But yeah, shout out to Luke in the chat who let us know. Yes, Jaden Hardy, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg.
Dude, this is why we watch.
Najee Marshall, Dwight Powell are your starting five. Kid did say that we will probably see at some point the 3 two-ways on the floor at the same time again, like we did on Saturday night against the Bulls. So, yeah, man, good old-fashioned tank-off tonight.
The Mavs actually, in 47 minutes this year, with Dwight Powell and Jaden Hardy on the floor, +9 net rating.
Can you look up when those minutes were played? Like the last 4 minutes? Okay.
Well, it would take a long time. I don't want to do that.
Okay. Because I imagine those came when the game was well decided in favor of the other team.
Well, you don't know that.
No, I pretty much you know that because that's a Jaden Hardy special. Big shots to cut it to 25. Jaden Hardy special. With all due respect. Speaking of Najee Marshall, he's the focus for our Mavericks player spotlight tonight, actually. So shout out to Najee. Played well in their first game against the Brooklyn Nets, actually, in what was 17 points, 6 of 9 shooting, along with 4 assists in the win against Brooklyn the last time these two teams got together. So far this year, Najee having a career year, man. Averaging over 13 points per game. It's a career high for him. Averaging nearly 29 minutes per game. That's also a career high for him. And shooting nearly 54% from the field on 9 attempts per game. So he's doing it on volume with efficiency. And a guy who, yes, I know how much we love Najee Marshall on this program, but a young man who could garner real value on the trade market. We will see if he does. But Najee Marshall having a good year, so happy for the knife. Pro knife show here on the DLLS Mavs show. You guys started to allude to a couple things that we're looking to watch for tonight, and I'll echo those same sentiments, particularly the two-way guys we mentioned, Ryan Nimhard, Miles Kelly, Moussa Cisse. Go do what you do, man. This is a chance for you to prove something in the league and give yourself an opportunity to audition not only for this team, but for others around the league that can utilize the skill sets that this team has, particularly Miles Kelly and Moussa Cisse. We know Ryan Nimhard, he's earned the ability to be on this roster and get a contract once he's eligible to get one. Ron, I'll go to you on this next one because Look, man, this team does not shoot threes well, or they don't shoot a lot of them either. They did take 35 of them, though, in the game against the Chicago Bulls, and I just want to see them take more threes. Like, get them up. Get them up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you're competing with a team like the Brooklyn Nets that shoots a ton of three and makes a ton of threes, and Michael Porter Jr. is probably one of the 5 best three-point shooters at his height or taller in the NBA, you're going to have to compete with shooting a lot of three-pointers, or you're going to have to get to the free throw line a ton. And we know a lot of players on the Mavericks, while they are good players, they might struggle just to get, 10 plus free throws a game, even some of the team's best players. So you're going to have to get some extra possessions, whether it's steals, whether it's offensive rebounds, or you're just, playing the numbers game, which is three-pointers.
That's going to be a fun matchup. Someone points out in the chat, Cooper Flagg versus Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. playing at an all-star type level, garnering a lot of attention around the trade deadline as a guy that could be on the move for a team that's a contender looking for the kind of game that he provides, because he's been fantastic. Who knows? They may stand pat and see what they do in the lottery, but MPJ been really good this year. And Bobby, you mentioned the other one, bounce back game for Cooper Flagg. We mentioned how poor he played against the Bulls, probably his worst game as a pro. Even if you go back to the game, I would say the first Oklahoma City game on the road was probably the other one for contention of worst game of Cooper Flagg's young career, where the Thunder kind of just welcomed him to the league a little bit with the defense that they were playing that particular night. Had just 11 points with 4-13 from the field against Chicago, but I'm looking for a fun bounce back game for Cooper tonight.
Hope so. He's in my Prize Picks pick of the night twice. Do well.
Get Bobby in the money.
Is that a threat?
Do well or else.
Or else what?
He'll owe me $11.
Owe you $11.
And I collect. All right. I always
I
collect.
would love to see Corella go up to Cooper Flagg, but hey, buddy, you owe me $11 because you messed out on my.
Say, why do you only score 17 against the Nets? I need you to score 18.
He might get you that in the first half.
Big Corella.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
He might get you that tonight, first half.
Runs in the family.
Anything else you're looking forward tonight, Ron, as the Mavericks take on the Nets?
I kind of want to see, are they just going to bounce back on guarding the three-point line? Are they going to keep letting teams just run the fast break and lose that by 30 points? Again, even when you're playing a lot of new players, as Bobby likes to say, have some pride out there. You don't have to win every game, but just in some ways, you don't have to just completely get blown off the court like the Chicago game. Also, Jason Kidd, I would like to see him not get ejected. It'd be fun to see him coach the full game. While I do enjoy Frank Vogel, I'd rather the coach be out there.
His explanation for that during the pregame availability was objectively hilarious. He basically said in so many words.
Very political.
Yeah, exactly. There was a disagreement between myself and the official. One of us was asked to leave, so I left. That was it. That was pretty much his explanation for getting tossed in the game. By the way, his first ejection since 2022, by the way. That was the first time Kid had gotten ejected since 2022. Doesn't happen all that often.
Wow.
There you go. Ron, we appreciate the time as always. Looking forward to talking to you post-game from the American Airlines Center. Don't get hit by too many bricks out there tonight, okay?
I'll do my best.
All right.
Bye, Ron.
That's our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. You can find him on X at Ron Knows Sports. That'll do it for us here on our DLLS Mavs pregame show. It's time for some Mavericks basketball. As they take on the Brooklyn Nets tonight, the Hardy Party. Can't believe it's going to be happening tonight. We'll see what happens. We'll be back here about 10, 12 minutes after the final buzzer tonight, as we've got some things to tell you about for tomorrow's show as well that you want to stay tuned for. But we'll have our post-game show about 10, 12 minutes after the final buzzer tonight. Shout out to our guy Tanner, making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That's our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Krella. And your host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you post-game as a drop of tablet.
Oh, my God.
Right here on DL Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.